No Monday Night Football, no problem, as we've got a doubleheader on NBA TV tonight. Plus, in college basketball, we've got a couple Big Ten matchups on FS1. There is a team tonight that I'm going to talk about looking to cover 3 straight games for the first time all season. Now, as I'm going through these games, feel free to smash that like button if you're in agreement with me or if you just want to show support for the show. Before I run through the Power 5 for Monday, though, did want to bring your attention to the fact I'm coming off a 4-0 sweep on Sunday, 7-1 weekend overall. Now a 14-4 all sports run at WagerTalk. Thank you for your support. All right, let's get to start the Power 5 here. On the other side of the pond in the English Premier League, we've got Nottingham Forest taking on Wolves, 3 p.m. Eastern from the West Midlands. Forest, no doubt about it, one of the most informed sides in the entire Premier League right now. It feels like we're pretty near the peak of the market, if not at it. They are currently plus 127 on the three-way line. Not really in a rush to play Wolves, however, even though they're around plus 240 at home on the three-way line. So let's look at the total instead. While it's true, Wolves have conceded the third most goals in the league this year with 42. 9 of those have either been penalties or own goals, so a bit of a misleading total there. In fact, they have an XGA, that's expected goals allowed, of only 33. Furthermore, XG numbers say Wolves are also fortunate to have scored 31 goals this season. Their expected goal total currently sits at 20, which is basically tied for last with Everton. Considering Nottingham Forest has conceded the second fewest number of goals in the league this season, plus they're bottom 8 in goals scored, I think we've got to look at the under 2.5 this afternoon. Now, if you're someone who is interested in betting on soccer, take note of the fact going all the way back to last April, I am number one at WagerTalk in net units with all soccer picks. That includes a win with my Premier League game of the week on Bournemouth this past Saturday. Moving to college basketball, Rutgers is a 1.5-point underdog at home tonight against Wisconsin, 7 p.m. Eastern. Have yet to see much movement on side or total for this Big Ten battle, which again on FS1, but I think it's buy low time on the Scarlet Knights, who are undefeated at the rack. Dylan Harper is expected back from an illness that caused him to miss the team's 84-74 loss at Indiana last week. Ace Bailey in that game tied a school record with 39 points. Meanwhile, sell high on Wisconsin, who just set a Big Ten record with 21 made threes in their last game. That ended up being a 116-85 win over Iowa. It was a program record for most points scored in a Big Ten game. Don't think we're going to see that kind of shooting here from the Badgers on the road. Thus far, Wisconsin 0-2 straight up in true road games. I think Rutgers gets it done here by low. Another road favorite in the Big Ten that I'm looking to fade on Monday is Ohio State. They are laying 5 at Minnesota. Buckeyes really let me down on Friday, losing to Michigan State. Just a horrible shooting performance for Jake Diebler's team. They finished 36.7% overall from the field, 25.9% for three. Don't think they're going to improve those numbers too much on the road Monday. I know Minnesota has been a disaster, an unmitigated disaster at the betting window. 1-11-2 against the spread. And that lone cover came in the season opener. However, 5 points, a lot to be getting at home in conference play. The Golden Gophers are pretty desperate considering they're the only Big Ten team without a conference win. I would take the points at 9 p.m. Eastern. Before we turn to the NBA, wanted to remind you guys about that great special offer we've got going on right now at wagertalk.com. When you buy a 90-day all-access pass, we will throw in an additional 30 days of service to you free of charge. That is a $299 value, and you're covered for the next 120 days through the Super Bowl, through March Madness, through the NBA regular season, all the soccer picks I released during that time as well. Just head on over to wt.buzz/BP for all the details. Again, 14-4 all sports run after the 4-0 Sunday sweep. All right, the Suns travel to Philadelphia to take on the Sixers. I think it's fair to say these are the two most disappointing teams in the NBA this season. Right now, neither would even be in the play-in round in their respective conferences. The Suns have lost 7 of 8, despite being relatively healthy in that stretch. Bradley Beal was just 3 of 12 for 8 points last game, but offense wasn't the problem because Durant and Booker still got the job done. The problem was Phoenix gave up 70 points in the second half to Indiana. As for Philadelphia, they've actually started to turn things around a bit with 11 wins in the last 16 games, but this will be their first time playing at home after a 6-game road trip. We often see NBA teams struggle in this spot, that first game back home, being in your own bed, often a classic letdown spot. I'll take Phoenix plus 3.5 here. Note the total has come down from 226 to 223.5 per the wagertalk.com live odds screen. Second game of the NBA doubleheader tonight is Miami at Sacramento, 10:10 Eastern. Now, for the first time in nearly a month, the Kings are off back-to-back straight up and ATS wins. They just blew out the Warriors on the road, 129-99 as 3-point underdogs last night. That makes it 4 consecutive straight up wins for the Kings, who have turned it around a bit since making the coaching change. I had them last Monday, if you recall, when they defeated a depleted Mavs team. Now, speaking of depleted, no Jimmy Butler for the Heat. He's suspended for conduct, detrimental to the team. Looks like he's on his way out of Miami. So even though it's the second night of a back-to-back for Sacramento, and they haven't covered the spread in 3 consecutive games all season, that's what I teased at the open, I would begrudgingly lay the points in this one. Numbers short, -3.5, considering the way Sacramento's playing and the current state of the Miami Heat organization. I think the Kings are the play. Recap time here for you. Premier League, we like the under 2.5 in Nottingham Forest Wolves. College basketball, doubleheader on FS1. I like the 2 home dogs, Rutgers plus 1.5 against Wisconsin. Might as well sprinkle a little on the money line. And then I like Minnesota plus 5 against Ohio State. In the NBA, doubleheader on NBA TV, I like Phoenix plus 3.5 against Philadelphia, and I like Sacramento -3.5 against Miami. As a reminder, go ahead, smash that like button if you already haven't done so. Comment down below with your thoughts on these games. Let me know what you're betting on Monday. Always enjoy seeing that, whether it's the games I talked about or something else. Just comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. That will do it for Monday's edition of the Power 5. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, let's cash some tickets.